Hi guys, we will now discuss a non-interest bearing lump sum note. On January 1, 20X1, ABC Corporation sold land with a cost of 2,500,000 pesos in exchange for a non-interest bearing note receivable of 3 million pesos due on December 31, 20X3. The prevailing rate of interest for this kind of note is 12%. So the first question is, what kind of note is this? This is a non-interest bearing note. Ibig sabihin, this note does not bear interest. Wala siyang stated rate sa note. Wala siyang stated rate. What is the implication? Ibig sabihin, since this is a non-interest bearing note, ang interest kasama na sa 3 million pesos. Okay? Pag non-interest bearing note, the interest is implied. In this problem, ang interest kasama na sa 3 million pesos ang interest. So this is a non-interest bearing note. And then, the second question is, kailan ang collection ng principal? The collection of principal will be on December 31, 20X3. What does it mean? The collection of the principal is lump sum. It means that by December 31, 20X3, you will collect the whole 3 million pesos on December 31, 20X3. So that is what we mean by lump sum. Kumbaga pa, isang bagsakan or one-time collection. One-time collection of the principal. So this is a lump sum note. This is a lump sum kind of note. And then next. Pag sinabi nating prevailing rate of interest for this type of note, what are we talking about? Pag nakalagay ito sa problem, it means that the market rate or the effective rate of the note is 12%. Therefore, for the purposes of computation later on, ang gagamitin nating rate 12%. Kasi ito yung prevailing rate of interest, or in other words, this is the market rate. The market rate is 12%. So what are the things that we will do in this problem? So number one is find the present value. So probably you're asking, sir, why is it important to determine ano yung collection ng principal? If it is a lump sum collection or if it is an installment collection, why is it important to know? Because this will have an implication on the kind of formula that we will be using. So therefore, since the collection of the principal is lump sum, we will be using the PV of 1. We will be using the PV of 1. So what is the PV of 1? Or what is the formula if we use the PV of 1? So, magkano ba yung note receivable? It's 3 million pesos times 1.12 raised to negative 3. Kasi ang gagamitin nating formula dito, PV of 1. So how much is the present value of the note? The present value of the note is 2,135,341. So that is the present value of the note. And then, next. The next thing that we will do is we will create an amortization table. Gagawa tayo ng amortization table. So ano yung ilalagay natin sa amortization table? Interest income, unearned interest, and present value. So take note, what is the goal if the collection is lump sum? What is our goal if the collection is lump sum? If the note is a lump sum note, our goal is by December 31, 2023, the present value will be total to the face amount of the note. Our goal is by December 31, 2023, the present value of the note becomes 3 million pesos. So this is also a way for you to determine if your amortization table is correct. So tatandaan nyo lang na ang goal nyo is by December 31, 2023, the present value will be equal to the face amount of the note, which is 3 million pesos. So, ano yung nangyari dito? Or ano yung next thing na i-discuss natin? Okay, first thing, how do we compute for the interest income? How do we compute for the interest income? The formula is interest income is equals to the present value times the effective rate. So this is how we compute for the interest income. Present value times effective rate. So example, 2,135,341 times 12%, the interest income is 256,241. So this is the interest income for the year 20x1. And then what happens? What happens? Try to observe. Ang present value natin sa December 31, 20x1, it will increase. Tataas ang present value ng note. So, paano? When you add 2,135,341 plus 256,241, how much is the present value as of December 31, 20x1? The present value as of December 31, 20x1 is 2,135,341 plus 256,241. So what is the answer? It's 2,391,182. So that will be the present value on December 31, 20x1. So that's number one. And then number two, how about the unearned interest? What is the unearned interest? Ito. The unearned interest is the implied interest of the note. Okay? Yung unearned interest, this is the implied interest of the note. And what happens is, kung napapansin nyo, unearned interest decreases. Di ba? Bumababa siya through time. Bakit bumababa ang unearned interest? Bumababa ang unearned interest kasi time after time or year after year, na-earn mo na kasi siya. Hindi na siya unearned. It's already an income. Hindi na siya unearned. Na-earn mo na siya, and because na-earn mo na siya, magre-recognize na tayo ng interest income. So try to observe. As of December 31, 20x1, from 864,659, the unearned interest went down to 608,418. Bakit bumaba ang unearned interest? Kasi ang 256,241 na earn mo na during 20X1. You already earned the 256,241. And then, for December 31, 20X2, the same lang din ang gagawin natin. So, when you do it again, try to multiply 2,391,582. Try to multiply this by 12%. Kung i-multiply nyo to by 12%, the answer will be ito, 286,990 pesos. And then, anong effect ng interest income? The interest income will increase the present value. So that's why when we add 2,391,582 plus 286,990, the present value for December 31, 20X2 becomes 2,678,572. And then, we will do it all over again. Yung 2,678,572, we will multiply this by 12%. So the answer is ito, 321,429. And again, pag i-add natin ang 321,429 plus 2,678,572, we will arrive at 3 million pesos. So to conclude the amortization table, how can you confirm that you're doing it right? Paano nyo malalaman na tama na ang ginagawa nyo? If at the end of the term of the note, the present value will be equal to 3 million pesos or it will be equal to the face amount. So that is the way for you to confirm if you're doing it right. So that is for the amortization table. So I will clear all the drawings. So what are the journal entries? What are the journal entries? So on January 1, 20X1, ano yung journal entries? Notes receivable, 3 million pesos. Notes receivable of 3 million pesos. And then, next is unearned interest income of 864,659. So in case that you're curious, paano natin na-compute ang 864,659? So take note that unearned interest income is equals to notes receivable minus the present value of the note. So kung ano yung difference ng face amount pati ng present value of the note, that will be the unearned interest income. So example, 3 million pesos minus 2,135,341. Therefore, our unearned interest income is 864,659. So, as you can observe, nasa credit side siya. Bakit siya nasa credit? Kasi hindi mo pa na-earn. It's not yet earned eh. Hindi mo pa to na-earn. Yung 864,659. We will also credit land. Since the cost of the land is 2.5 million, so we will also credit land 2,500,000 pesos. So, hindi nagbabalance ang debit at credit. So, dapat meron tayong squeeze account. An account that will balance the debit side and the credit side. So what is the squeeze account that will balance the debit and the credit? Ito, loss on sale of land. 364,659. Why? Why is it a loss? Why is it a loss on sale of land? Kasi ang logic, how much have you gave up? You gave up 2.5 million pesos cost of land. So this is the cost that you gave up. Ito yung cost ng land na binenta mo. How much is the consideration that you receive? Magkano lang ba yung consideration na natanggap mo? Ang natanggap mo is the present value, which is 2,135,341. So, lugi ka. Kasi ang give up mo, 2.5 million. However, the consideration that you receive is only 2,135,341. So kaya loss talaga siya. Loss talaga siya kasi mas malaki yung amount or yung cost na give up mo. So this is a loss. And then let's now proceed to the next years. So on December 31, 20X1, we will recognize interest income of 256,241. So magre-recognize tayo ng interest income and ano yung dinedebit natin? We debit the unearned interest income. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Time after time, we are reducing the unearned interest income account. So year after year, we are reducing the unearned interest income. Bakit nababawasan ang unearned interest income? Kasi as time goes by, you are earning the interest. As time goes by, ina-earn mo na yung interest. So because of that, nag-debit tayo ng unearned interest income, credit interest income. And then, for December 31, 20X2, the same. Nag-debit din tayo ng unearned interest income at nag-credit tayo ng interest income. Kasi by 20X2, you earned interest. Nag-earn ka ng interest. And then, for 20X3, the same lang. So, for December 31, 20X3, nag-debit ulit tayo ng unearned interest income, credit interest income. So, what is the expectation? At the due date, which is December 31, 20X3, the unearned interest income will be zero. So, at the end of the term, or at the due date, the unearned interest income becomes zero. And then, finally, is eto. For December 31, 20X3, the journal entry is debit cash, 3 million pesos, okay? It's 3 million pesos. And then, debit cash, 3 million pesos. Credit note receivable, 3 million pesos. Bakit ito ang journal entry natin by December 31, 20X3? So as you can observe, there are two journal entries here for December 31, 20X3. Pero bakit ito yung journal entry? Kasi by December 31, 20X3, you will be collecting the note. So you will be collecting the note. And because of the collection, you will receive the face amount of the note, which is 3 million pesos. Therefore, by the end of the term or at the due date, magde-debit tayo ng cash and credit note receivable equal to the face amount, which is 3 million pesos. So that's it for lump sum non-interest bearing notes. I hope that you learned something and thank you so much for listening.